Today we are talking about second part of the technology, which is pertaining to how to select the right core banking solution. And this is the important area when anyone is trying to build the digital banking or the virtual banking. There is a lot of criteria for the digital banking or any banking core banking solution. So today now we will cover 12 points or 12 criteria which you can be able to use for selecting the right core banking solution. The first is quick and running. The quick and running is very much pertaining to how fast you can be able to go and build the core banking solution or overall digital banking solution and start running the operation. Now, usually, the digital banking, when they start thinking about or going for the license application, till that they go in a operation, it usually takes 2 to 3 years. And first year is all about how they have to conceive what I was talking to the previous video, that what would be your digital banking, what area you are selecting for your segment, for your country, for your niche, what you are looking forward for your digital banking. And that requires a lot of work, not only the selecting the right technology, but selecting the right products, service, and processes as well. So, when we are going for a digital banking core banking selection, when we are going for a core banking selection, we have to understand that it is not that easy. The digital bank is mainly on a cloud, and the cloud, not many core banking system of the world are available on a cloud. Either this has been translated from a legacy system to the cloud, or it is newly designed for the cloud. Like one of the SaaS based solution called Mambu is just a fintech company which has actually developed the core banking solution as a SaaS solution on a cloud. So one thing we should have in our mind, that it should be on cloud. It can't be like you can set up something on your own data center. Even legacy banks are now moving from normal data center to the cloud, and it is a long journey because either they have to go initially the AAS or PAS and then move to the SaaS based solutioning. So even though many bank has started the project to migrate on a cloud, but it will take a long time. There is a lot of difficulties they are having it, and I feel that it will still too early for the banks to fully move into the cloud. Now, when I am saying quick and running, so first year is all about you are submitting the application. So when anybody is going for a digital banking, they have to submit the application for the digital bank, and digital regulators review your proposal. So the proposal has a multifold areas. One is what how big is your consortium, how many partners you are having it. Usually very less I have seen, they have given a license to the single one because there is no background behind. So usually what they do is, because the capital requirement is there, they want at least 2 to 4 uh, companies to shake hand together and apply for a license. That's what I have seen in Asia. Then most of the people, whether it is a Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia, this is one that regulator is looking forward when they are giving the license. The second thing they look into, that uh, how much you have the ability to be able to build this system. So what they are asking you, you have to put your proposal complete strategy of the 5 years. So you are increasing the your capital on a 5 years, and same as you are going on a every year increasing the new product, or in the same product you are adding the new functionality or services. The third thing then they see that what kind of uh, people you are having in an organization, means your top team, whether this team is really capable to deliver this bank or not. So it's a long 1 year journey where regulator and these people are talking to each other, and then finally they give the license to the point two. The point two is a product and services. So in a bank, actually, when you are putting up a digital bank, there is a very important thing that it is a retail bank. It is not a corporate bank, it is a retail bank, and it is a bank which is basically going to the underserved and those people which are not having any part of the digital financial transformation. They are even not having the account. So how they can be able to tap that segment in a way that their product should support them. So it is all two area. One is the product should be very good, very digitized way that they can be able to offer their services through that. And second is a good automation, automation which provide the right services to the customer. So these two are very very important in fact together. So the product level, usually digital banks is having kind of four areas. First is they are having a deposit account. So deposit account, they can have a personal deposit account, they can have a saving deposit account, they can have a business deposit account. Business deposit account can be a company like any SME company account as well. Then there is a lending. So in a lending, they can offer a multiple things, like they can offer a personal loan, they can offer a overdraft. Third thing is a payment. So payment is very very important for these segment where they want to do a small amount transaction. They are going for an e-commerce. They are transferring a small amount to the various families, friends, and other people. They are also transferring sometime to the cross country as well, international payment as well. The fourth one is a cards. So it can be a debit card, means a ATM card in the country. So you have to link that card to the ATM gateway, and same as the credit card. I have already done videos on two areas. One is products, so you can find this from my channel and see that video, which is very specific to the product of the digital banking. Another which I have done is the channels. So you can see more on the channels like debit card, credit card, and other channels, that how digital bank is different on a channel basis as well. Now the third thing which we will cover today is component based architect. What is component based architect? Basically, on a core banking, we are purely talking about the core banking. I'm not talking about the cloud components. I'm talking about purely the core banking component base. Like I can give you the example that I was involved in a Standard Chartered bank to develop our own core banking solution, which is called e-banking, and we implemented into the around 50-60 countries in the last 15 years. In fact, I implemented this in 2001, and that's the second country which I did it, and thereafter we implemented in many countries. So I have a very good idea about what is the component and how you can segregate the component, not building or hard connecting it to the core banking solution. Like I can give the one or two example, means that interest. So when you're talking about the interest, you can have a separate model for the interest. So you can build the interest in a way that any new product you are coming in, just you can go and configure that product into the interest component. And same as if you want to go for charges to the customer, any product you are creating or changing, you just go and configure against that product that component of charges. So there are so many components around the core banking solution, and those components allows them to create very easily. Next and fourth point is internationality. Internationality is all about, are you going and putting this in one country or not. Second is, you are not selecting the core solution just for current 1 or 2 or 3 years. You are selecting for the next 10 to 15 years. And when you are doing it, you might can go to the multiple countries. And if you can be able to go to the multiple countries, you have to see whether or what functionality is available into the system for international ability. Like in UAE, probably if some bank is coming from a UAE, which is working across many countries, they can easily transfer this system as it is on cloud to the multiple countries. And it's the same sort of solution going into the multiple countries. So that is the advantage of the cloud you can have, that you can be able to replicate very fast. And that's what the replication did by the Revolut. Going in a 4 to 5 years, 26 countries is almost impossible for any legacy bank, even they can think about it. The next point and fifth point is interoperability. Means that how the components can be used as it is in other case. So one, I've said that it should be the component base, and the second is that these components can be able to replace each other. So you have defined a one area or one functionality, you can use the same thing for another one. Means that I have designed a personal loan. The next is the size of the bank. This is the 6th point, size of the bank. Let me give you the example first, and then I will come to what it means. If you have seen the large cruise ships, where they are 10 storied or 12 stories cruise, where 1,000 plus people can be able to go from one port to another port and using that cruise. So it's a very huge cruise, and what they are having it might be 3 large swimming pools in it. They are having around 7 or 8 restaurants within that cruise. They are having a 5 or 6 gym over there for exercise of the people. So all these facilities, or maybe they are having a 2 or 3 marketplace over there where people can go and do the shopping as well. So all the attraction they have to create within the cruise. But what happens if it is a huge cruise, very large cruise, and we want to move it to its movability is very slow. Second is, there are not many places or small places or the port where very narrow or water is very low, they can be able to go over there. So that's what is because of their huge big cruise. Now if you are having a small cruise which is only 3 to 5 storied, having only the one or two swimming pool, having only the one or two or three restaurants, and it is very slim. It can be fast as well, and that's what is digital banking. You need a cruise which is very thin, less number of floors, less various functionality, means that having a less swimming pool, having a less gymnasium, having a less functionality for restaurants and all other, but it its movability is very fast. People likes it because they can be able to go to, or they can offer places where it can go, and various places and various island. So that charm is there, and there's a separate segment which is called a small cruise. Same as you have to decide when you are going for a core banking solution, are you looking for a large core banking solution, very heavy core banking solution, or you are looking forward a slim, quick, fast, less functionality, but all functionality are there. Numbers are less. So you can be able to go fast. You can be able to, the first point which I was saying, quick and run. If you are choosing a core banking system which is small, which is thin, you can be able to configure very fast. You can be able to launch very fast as well. So that is, size is very, very important. The next and seventh point is integration with the surround system. How core banking system has the capability to integrate with the surround system. It is the most difficult part, because all your upstream and downstream around the core banking application has to be connected through APIs or different ways to the core banking solution. Now, my experience, if I can tell you, I did twice in my life the change of the core banking solution, and in a large bank like Standard Chartered Bank. So in 2001, we have implemented a new core banking solution called EBBS, which initially was only installed in one country. So this was the second country which I was doing it. The largest pain and the time and effort, testing, operational testing, UAT, everything supposed to be done on a surround system integration. That is the most time consuming job. It's not what you will select as a core banking solution, but what you select the core banking solution, you should understand that integration with the other surround system is the painful system, and you should have three things in it. First, you should have the competent people who are expert in this area to integrate the upstream or downstream solution. Number two, you should have availability of the resource and expertise from those companies which are having the surround system, which you are having the surround system from them. And that sometimes takes some time because of the availability is not there. Third is time is money. You have to go and really implement the solution. And if you cannot be able to integrate properly, there are a lot of bugs will come into, there are a lot of customer complaints will come to you, and you will not like it that a new digital bank is going on and you are facing the challenges around the is integrating your core banking application by using the standard API. So most of the SaaS based or cloud based solutions are having their own hundreds of the APIs which they are using or which are available, you can be able to use it. So even though if the same core banking solution has been implemented in a few countries, you will find out the number of APIs which can interact with the mobile banking, with the ATM and others. These are the standard APIs which are coming along with the core banking solution. So you have to see when you are selecting the core banking application, first is how many places that has been implemented. So like I was looking into the Mambu, which is a very SaaS based solution, and what I have seen in Western Union, N26, and quite number of banks has been implemented already by using this Mambu. So when they are using it, they have designed standard APIs for that bank, and that will be available to you when you are selecting those kind of solution. Or you are using a Temenos, in so many places the Temenos is there, the all APIs are available, standard APIs. So it might can fit for a one and not fit for another one, because might you can products, your products and the services is very different than another banks. So if it is fit for one bank, it's not necessary that it fit for you. So you have to go and really dig it out whether this is standard APIs coming into your functionality list or not. So whatever the product you have to connect with the upstream and downstream, these APIs are sufficient, or you have to develop again. So if you are developing first time and using some additional a software which is available on a SaaS, but this is the first time you are doing it, so you have to develop all this. Might be this company is saying that we do have these APIs available for you, but it's not all. So you have to understand all this when you are selecting the core, that what is available in case of the API. I can give you the one example that when I gone to the Faisal Bank and started developing the kind of app, which is, it's a legacy bank, but it is a huge bank and with the 700 branches and all. So when we started doing it, what we did is we developed around 280 APIs by using the IBM Connect. So that is the solution we have chosen to basically develop the APIs. So those APIs, and this was available even before to use for the ATM connectivity. So all these 280 APIs are for only our mobile banking and web banking. So you can take a time. I mean, it took months and months to us to develop all these APIs, and that requires basically that your project can delay, in fact. So it is very, very important that you have to go through and see whether the APIs, which is standard APIs, are available or not, and if not, that what solution you are using for API development. That is another thing which probably we will discuss when we will be discussing downstream or the next and ninth point is what surround systems are available on cloud. So when you are going and trying to select core banking solution, you should be ready to know that on upstreams how many solutions are already available on a same cloud. If you are having a core on one cloud and you are having a surround system on another cloud, so many complexity into it. So you have to understand that when you are trying to do is all these surround systems, which is upstream or the downstream, is mainly into the same cloud, and what is the availability. Like if you are going to the AWS, there is a called marketplace. So you can type in Google, say AWS marketplace, and that will give you thousands and thousands of the application which are available over there. Like if you are going on a CRM, it can give you the list of around 15 to 20 CRMs. Now you have to again do another RFP or another discussion which we will do during the upstream and downstream, that how you have to select the right CRM. Same, do you want a huge cruise or you want a thin cruise, slim cruise which can do your job? So that is basically the selection of the each upstream and second downstream, which we will do next video on this. But important thing is understanding that whether it is available or not. Are you going outside the cloud and still then you are going into the basically data center environment? You have to have everything on a cloud, or you are going and putting your own IaaS or PaaS into the cloud for that particular solution, because that is not available on that cloud. So this is something that when you are setting up an architect, you have to understand that what kind of surround systems you is available to you. The next and the 10th point is support and services. So when you are choosing and looking into the core banking solution, you have to inquire with some of the customers of that core banking solutions that how the support and service of that core banking solution. Because to sell the core banking solution, they can be able to give you the very good service. When they are going in an RFP stage, they can provide you all the information. So it will be available and the resource will be available too. But when you will go for support and service and there is a bug or there is some issue, how fast they can be able to react to you. That is the one thing. Second is, at one stage you can be able to decide that, oh, we don't have this functionality, maybe in a 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, we would like to have that functionality into the system, and you have to ask them to put this into their core banking solution for you. In that case, how much support you will get from them? So both, like support and services, when you will go and go live, even not only live, you are on a testing stage, you are doing a lot of tests, which is cyber security tests, information security tests, operations test, all the testing, UAT, whatever you are doing on cloud, is the support and services available from that core or not? The next and 11th point is ease of customer or customer experience through this core banking solution. So when how much you can be able to give the information to the customer. So if I'm the customer and I'm asking you after you launch this, saying that, okay, can you tell me every month my average spending on restaurant? Can you be able to do that? The person is asking, can you tell me about my average spending on petrol? Can customer also ask you that if my petrol expending is more than $100, please inform me? So all these kind of, which is called, we call it functionality for as a service, that makes difference, because that is what is the digital bank is. Usually the core banking, usually the legacy bank don't provide such kind of services. They are not that thin. They are very heavy, and heavy, they will look into who is profitable to them. That is a separate subject. In fact, by the way, that when you are going and launching the digital bank, how you can see the profile of a customer, not from a credit perspective, but from a profitability perspective. Can you be able to determine whether this customer is a profitable or not, and whether you can be able to give the service on the basis of profitability or not? So there is something that you can be able to understand, that the customer experience is the key in a digital banking. 12th is, and the last point, is the pricing and total cost of ownership. Pricing is always important. So whenever we do the RFP, we do the two RFPs. One RFP is where the all functionalities are there, and second is the financial RFP. So first we give it to the vendors, the RFP, select the three vendors on a functional basis and know that these are three are having the functional specification exactly. It is there, and they qualify for criteria whatever you have put into for from a functional perspective. And then for 3 or 4 you can be able to see the pricing, because pricing is another factor, and especially more factor than the legacy bank, because digital bank is a thing, and always cost is very important thing. So thank you very much for this video. I have, as I said before, that I have already did the 2 videos, one on a product side, which you can be able to see on my channel, and I can show you here. Also, there is another which is channel, and I did for the digital bank channel how it is different than the legacy bank, and that video is also available on my channel, so you can be able to see it as well. Please subscribe me if you want to know more about the digital bank. I have separately created a separate area for the digital banking other than the banking and digital transformation. So if you want to see my all video, please subscribe me and also press the bell icon so that you can be able to get all the videos from me. Thank you very much.